Maybe there are moments when you feel as if your life is moving in circles. The same emotions, the same reactions, the same kinds of people, the same inner struggles. You try to move forward, yet something always seems to pull you back. And this is where a deeper understanding begins. What you experience today is not created only in this moment. Well, a large part of your reality is shaped by old experiences, emotional imprints, and by what your body and mind learned long ago. Family, relationships, rejection, pain, fear, feelings you may have had to suppress because there was no space to process them at the time. But what is not released does not disappear. It stays inside, and from there it continues to affect how you feel, how you react, what you expect, and what you allow yourself to receive. It does not mean there is something wrong with you. It means your system is simply repeating what it once learned in order to survive. The past does not live only in memory, but also in the body. Many people believe the past is gone, that what happened is over. But the body often responds as if the old story is still continuing. A tight stomach, pressure in the chest, tension in the shoulders, anxiety without a clear reason, strong reactions in ordinary situations. All of these can be signals of old emotional imprints that are still active. That is why it is so important to turn your attention inward. Not so you can analyze every little detail, but so you can finally see what is really happening inside you. When you allow yourself to notice your feelings without fighting them, without running away, and without judging them, something begins to change. What was hidden can begin to appear, and what appears can finally be released. Healing does not begin with struggle, but with noticing. Faster EFT does not build change on endlessly analyzing the problem. It does not lead you to search for everything that is wrong with you. It teaches simplicity. Notice what you feel, where it is in your body. What image, memory, or situation is connected to it, and then allow change through release. This is a powerful difference. You do not need to force yourself to be positive. You do not need to pretend to be strong. You do not need to convince yourself that you are fine when inside you feel the opposite. Real change comes in the moment you allow yourself to be honest about what is truly happening within you. And that is when the old reaction can begin to lose its power. A list of pain can open the door to freedom. Sometimes it helps to take a piece of paper and start writing a list of painful memories, situations that hurt you, moments when you felt rejected, humiliated, abandoned, or powerless. It does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be chronological. It only needs to be honest. This step can be powerful because it gives shape to what has long been only a vague pressure inside. When you begin to notice what repeatedly triggers you in life, you often discover that today's pain is not only about today. The present situation is simply opening an old door. And once you see that, you stop being so angry with yourself, with others, and with life. You begin to understand. And understanding brings peace, not because the past was okay, but because it no longer has to keep controlling you. When you change yourself, your relationships change too. Relationships are often a mirror of what we carry inside. If there is a fear of rejection within us, we attract situations that activate it. If we fear that we are not good enough, we easily overlook our own value and adapt where we should stand firmly. If we carry old pain inside, we often relive it through other people without realizing it. But once you begin to heal, something changes. You no longer need so much validation from the outside. You are not shaken so easily. You no longer have to rescue, convince, or fight for love. You begin to set boundaries naturally, to be calmer, more authentic, and that changes the quality of the relationships around you. When you heal, the way the world meets you begins to change as well. Subconscious patterns can be rewritten. Many reactions run automatically, like an old program. Someone says something, and you shut down. Something goes wrong, and a feeling of failure appears immediately. Someone ignores you, and an old loneliness wakes up inside. These patterns are not your identity. They are learned responses, and what was learned can be changed, not through force, not through pressure, but through repeating a new experience. When you allow your body to feel calm where there once was stress, an old emotional record begins to change. When instead of reacting, you pause and release, you create a new path. When you allow yourself to feel safe where you once felt threatened, something very deep begins to shift. This is real inner transformation. Focus on what you want to feel. After releasing the old, it is important to consciously create the new, not as pretending, but as a choice. How do you want to feel? Calmer? Allah? Comedy? Freer? Lighter? More trusting? These feelings are not small things. They are direction. They are a new setting for your inner world. When you begin to feel more gratitude, kindness, joy, or inner safety, you change your relationship with yourself and with life. You begin to choose people who support you, situations that strengthen you, environments where you can grow, and your reality starts to change, not because the world suddenly turns into magic, but because you are no longer responding to it from old pain. Your life can change more than you think. Maybe for a long time you believed that you simply had to try harder, be stronger, endure more. But sometimes the path is not more pressure. Sometimes the path is release, a return to yourself, gentleness, a willingness to stop running from what you feel. And right there, a transformation can begin that gradually touches everything. Your body, your mind, your relationship, your everyday life. The past may have shaped your reality up to this point, but it does not have to define your future. When you begin to heal yourself, you begin to change the world you live in. And if you feel ready to go deeper and truly understand how to work with emotions, the mind, and lasting change, you can explore materials that can support you on this path. Enter my store.